Welcome to the deep dive. Ever have that feeling? You know the English words, they're right there in your head, but actually saying them, that fear kicks in.
Yeah, the fear of making a mistake, it can be paralyzing.
Totally. So today, we're really going to tackle that. We've looked at some great insights from an expert on building language confidence.
And the goal isn't just tips, right? It's about shifting that whole mindset.
Exactly. Moving from hesitation to actually feeling confident when you communicate. Okay, let's dive in.
Let's do it.
So, first things first. Why? Why do we get so nervous speaking English? What's really going on there?
Well, the expert we looked at really nails it down to one main thing. It's the fear of making mistakes.
That pressure to be perfect from the get-go.
That internal critic saying, you're going to sound stupid.
Right. But here's where it gets really interesting, because the insight flips that completely, doesn't it? It says mistakes aren't the enemy.
Exactly. It's a huge reframe. Mistakes aren't just okay. They're actually, well, essential. They're how you learn.
Like fuel for the learning engine.
Precisely. You don't need perfect English on day 1 or even day 50. The most important thing is just to, start talking.
Okay, that makes sense conceptually. But practically speaking, how do we start chipping away at that fear, like right now?
So the expert gives some super simple, concrete examples. Things you can do daily, like practicing basic sentences out loud.
Even just to yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Simple stuff like, my name is your name, I am from your country, I like coffee, I work here. Basic, real sentences.
It sounds almost too simple, but you're saying that consistent daily use is the key.
It's the foundation. And then there are these immersion techniques. They might feel a little weird at first, honestly.
Okay, like what?
Like just naming things you see around you in English. This is a table, that's my laptop. Or narrating what you're doing, again, out loud. Now I'm making tea. I'm reading an email.
I can see how that might feel a bit awkward talking to your teacup.
Yeah. But the expert says that awkwardness is kind of the point. It forces your brain to stop translating and start thinking directly in English. It's a powerful shortcut.
Okay, bypassing the internal translator.
Exactly. And they also suggest using English apps, watching simple YouTube videos, listening to podcasts, just getting that daily exposure.
Which brings us to another really key point, confidence. The experts stress that confidence can actually matter more than perfect grammar, right?
Absolutely. Think about it. You understand someone who speaks confidently, even if they make a few small errors, much better than someone who's hesitant and unsure, even with perfect sentences.
That's a great point. So changing the internal question.
Right. Instead of worrying, what if I make a mistake?
Yeah.
Ask yourself, okay, what can I learn here? It shifts everything from fear to, well, curiosity.
From threat to opportunity.
Yes. And beyond those solo exercises, things like practicing with friends, even just talking to yourself in the mirror, or recording your voice can help.
And there were those affirmations too, weren't there? Simple ones to repeat.
Yeah, really positive self-talk. I can speak English. I am learning every day. I will not give up. Repeating those helps build that belief.
Okay, so building belief, practicing daily, and then there's a specific routine suggested, a 20-minute plan.
Exactly. Not hours and hours, but a focused 20 minutes each day. Consistency is the goal.
What does that 20 minutes look like?
It's breaking down. 10 minutes of just listening music, podcasts, maybe short video clips in English.
Okay, passive input.
Then 5 minutes of active speaking aloud using those simple sentences we talked about.
Got it.
Another 5 minutes of reading something aloud, a simple book, a news article. And finally, just taking a minute to write one short paragraph about your day in English.
10 listen, 5 speak, 5 read, plus a little writing. Seems manageable.
Very. And the claim is, stick to that consistently, and you'll see noticeable improvement in like 30 days.
Wow, okay. So wrapping this up, the big takeaway feels really clear. Forget perfection, focus on practice.
Consistent, daily practice. That's the engine for building both skill and confidence.
Speak every day, even if it's simple, and actually notice your own progress.
Definitely. And, if we zoom out a bit from just language learning, it does raise a bigger question, doesn't it?
Oh, what's that?
Well, how can this power of small, consistent steps, the very thing that works for learning English, how can that apply to other areas in your life where maybe you're looking for growth or trying to build confidence?
That's a fantastic question to reflect on, how those small daily actions build momentum everywhere else. Really powerful stuff. We definitely encourage you to take these ideas and run with them.